Okay, we're back. And we're gonna do what we can to fight here and just see if it works. It looks like we can tab this stuff. Can we tab a stone giant? Sort of. Hey, we got him. That surprises me a bit. That surprises me that that worked. This is interesting that my mapping wasn't kicking in. It's actually extremely far off. Wow, another... Curious. Oh, of course it gets hasted. Nice! Got that reflect on that larger rock. I was kind of hoping that would happen. Yeah, but yeah, 2 stone giants, that's a little surprising. Do I want to immolate here? Kind of. Nah, we can... Oh, that's a vampiric battle axe. Oh boy. Got him. Oh boy. As much as I usually go for shields and broadaxes with Vamp, I feel like we kind of have to go in this direction. Even with Mocklab, I mean, wow. We only have 4 shields training, so it's not like we're losing much. Oh, we don't want to get paralyzed. Oh, jeez. Get our hit points back off this. Rather not get electrocuted though. Bring him up. And scatter shot for the win if need be. Thankfully we didn't need to. Wearing something with stealth? I guess this ring mail. It's weird that those guys weren't seeing me. Rings we don't need. Should be able to get hit points back pretty easily swinging all this stuff. Nice. Executioner's Axe, don't care about that. 26 skill is just ridiculous. distortion. That's why I was fooling around with, you know, fooling around with random effects there. I was trying to kill that before it got to me, and it worked. Hey, boots! Boots, boots, boots. Arlek. Awesome. That's great. That's, in my opinion, Arlek is the most important elemental resistance for a variety of reasons. There's just a huge amount of damage that electricity can do to you. You know, it's rare, relatively, but I don't know, I just think it's a good idea to have it. Pro cold. I'll drop this ice ring. Wow, wow. Heal. Oh boy, really? Fine, I'll just manually heal up. It's obnoxious. Look how much damage just regular warriors can do to me. It's really crappy when you've got, you know. There we go. Took a lot of tries. But yeah, it just sucks when you don't have much in the way of defense. Oh man, we've used some resources. A lot of our mana, maximum mana, unfortunately. Didn't really get a big payoff out of it either. Let's try some of these enchanted things. Okay. Actually, this'll do. We'll wear Pro Cold. We've already got one MR plus, so that'll do for the time being. We've got our Arlek, we've got our Poison all the time thanks to this chainmail. So we are actually good to go. We're actually good to go. Hope we find more enchant weapon. I'll enchant this battle axe up, probably. Alright. Do I want to enchant up some of my ox slots? I kinda do. Let's just go into Snake Pit. With Arlek, we can basically tab this entire thing now. We still have some ML8 for the final floor, so that's cool. Wow. Wow, we are really... I expected to be healing more from this. I mean, we can do it, but it's a very rickety machine, as you can see. Once we get Mendeley, it'll be a little better. We're pretty close, but not quite there. Maybe I'll be swapping on Rage before too long. Okay, so we kind of screwed that up a bit. But if I just paralyze... that works. Didn't even have to clear that out, but... You know, on characters where hubris would get you killed, deep dwarves often can get things done. That's one of the reasons I like to play powerful combos, is that, you know, on many, many, many other characters I would have had to have just left that behind. Although there's usually a solution to the most obnoxious problem if you've got some resources, you know. Scattershot that stuff. Come on, something good. Well, it's better than what I got. And we got Pro Fire. That helps a lot in here. Okay, well, I was going to train up shields, but since we found this, you know, since we found this battle axe, and we've gotten it to Mendeley, I'm thinking we're going to stick with this since Vampiric is just so good. We'll just train up defenses, which will make us better able to fight all this crap. Arlek lets me tab those serpents if I'm so inclined. We're not going to fight Roxanne until I'm at full hit points. Frankly, I hope he does shatter. Doesn't seem very happy, uh-oh. Okay, well, let's think flight. Ice Blast to finish him off. Nice. Enchantments on the Vampiric Battle Axe help a lot. still have these 3 enchant armors, but I'm inclined to... Wow. I'm inclined to save them for the future. Can we just fight all this stuff? He's gonna sleep me. I think we need to immolate. We could lose a lot of hit points here. Keep using heal wounds until that thing dies. Oh no, I've gotta... Okay, I'm relying on Wildclub to heal me through this stuff. Alright, it worked. Nice. Yeah, I shouldn't have been healing myself. I should have been using Scattershot because I could have gotten slept and then taken double damage and just died. It was only like a 3% chance, but... If you're watching this, I'm sure you're familiar with my strategy by now of assuming even 1% is 100%, you know? Just that ISIL combo was not treating it with the respect it deserved. If I had died there, it would have been 110% my fault, you know? But I'm glad I didn't. All in all, I think the chances of instantly dying were pretty low there, but I could have very easily been put into a terrible situation that I had no way to escape from because, check it out, I do not have any blink. So, that's an issue. Great. I like Phantom Mirrors. Shiny shield. I'll identify it. Cursed -1. Never mind. It's good to have these things, you know, be aware of these things for the future. There may come a time when I want to swap back to Axe and Shield. Okay, we go to Shoals. Should basically be able to tab through here. Although it's a little harder without a shield. I guess we technically have 2 SH from the amulet for now, but that's marginal enough to shouldn't even go into the calculus, you know, when you're thinking about your defenses and whatnot. Oh yeah. Experience. I love to see that. And acquirement. This time we're going to go for armor. We get crystal plate. And I tell you what, we're going to actually enchant it up. We're wearing crystal plate this time. It's going to be awesome. It's really going to help. Obviously, we'd prefer, you know, all things being equal, if it was an option anyway, we would absolutely love to have body armor with a resistance on it, you know? Crystal plate of cold resistance like I found that one game. But crystal plate by itself is so amazing that if there's no clear alternative, which, you know, there's not, this is all pretty average stuff that's spawned so far, you might as well go ahead and pop it on most characters. Anything with strength, really. Not really worth it on deformed body, but, you know, like Centaur or something, Naga, Centaur. But on a deep dwarf, there's arguably no better armor, you know, depending on the situation. What else is spawned? This is a little rough. Alright, we're okay. Is that a Javelineer with a triple sword? That's sort of hilarious. I don't think I've seen that ever. Well, the humble Wand of Flame does the job on that. Oh, it's Ilsui. Interesting. We'll drop the buckler and the broadaxe for now. We'll come back to it later, probably. We'll drop, I guess I'll drop tomahawks. And proc hold for as long as we have proc hold from this pair of gloves. And random effects, and I guess flame as well. Just clearing out the inventory a bit. Oof. Yeah, those things can be deadly because of water strike. I think it does up to 50 damage. Just like air strike. This is an issue. There we go. Just duke it out with the Kraken, I like that. Or Kraken, I guess. Always mispronounce that word. Don't need Gauntlets of Archery, I'd rather have RC+. Okay, if we want corrosion resistance, we would need Acid Dragon Scales, which are not the greatest thing to wear over Crystal Plate, so I say we are going to go ahead and go into Vaults. I could also choose to do Elven Halls. Actually, let's go to Elven Halls, come to think of it. Because we have all the resistances, really, that we care about for the most part. We don't have a shield on, which is kind of an issue versus the things that LCS, I guess. But I think we'll be okay. Hopefully. Just probably shouldn't fight everything in the end vault at the same time like I've been doing. Although, with Lamp of Fire plus Immolate, I think we do okay. Ooh, we got teleport trapped. Oh, let's not try to tab this. You know, I'm gonna Ice Blast through this guy. I'm gonna heal. I'm gonna Ice Blast him again. Potions of Haste. Now we've got some good escape stuff, although I'd still really like to have some Blink. It's a shame that we're lacking that. We found all of one scroll of Blink. Imagine if I was a character that really needed some resources to get away from bad situations. We would have some issues. Down we go. Maybe I shouldn't tap so hard. There we go. The sorcerer around, it's a bit risky. Oh, we have gotten armor to 20. Let's take fighting to 20 as well. This'll take a little while. But it'll also give me hit points, and it'll make me fight better. You know, more damage, more accuracy, I think. Okay, we're not gonna use Star Slow. Potion of Magic. Okay. Just looking over my potions and scrolls every so often. Wow, I should not have tapped that. That was 2 Annihilators. Get some hit points back. Yeah, having full resistances, well, other than poison and corrosion, I guess, but having the major resistances really is handy on the Hollow Blades if you want to complete it, because there's going to be a lot of branded weapons in there. course, if you could just kill them at range with, like, Orb of Destruction or something, then you're fine. I mean, there's plenty of ways to skin a cat, as they say. Look at this, it's gonna be all mimics. Yeah, can't fool me. Alright, here it is. I don't have silence, so that's a bit of an issue. We probably don't want to be in a kill hole versus annihilators. Let's immolate. Let's do that. Nice. I'll immolate again. Well, this is an issue. Good, he's dead. I need to be able to shoot through these things, but there's really nothing I have that can do it. I'm gonna blow another immolate on this, just to make sure everything is going away. Did I get hit with a torment there? And then healed? Something happened. I took damage and then suddenly I wasn't damaged. Yep, it was, there it is. Torment, convulses. Let's just swing, actually. This is okay. Scatter shot to kill him. Wish we had more Ice Blast. This is concerning. I don't really have a good way to deal with this if he starts LCSing me non-stop, which is possible. What can we do? 6% for polymorph, that's no good. Use sack. Okay, it's dead. Good. There's another one. I'll Volm. Wow, really? There we go. That could have been very bad. Yeah, I'm not actually sure what I would do if they started. I guess I would just be screwed on this character because I have no blinking, so I shouldn't be doing that at all. I should be using sack basically immediately, preemptively using resources, because otherwise I'm just kind of rolling the dice. There's a endgame shield, if I decide to go in that direction. Or that one. But yeah, I should have been using sack, even if it's, you know, it's a resource you don't want to use, but against annihilators, I kind of have to on this character, because I have no blink to get me out of problems. Wish I could acquire scrolls, that'd be nice. Let's acquire armor. Well, that's a pretty nice buckler. that was an artifact large shield. Okay, that's terrible. Alright, alright. That's the floor. Looks like we have time for more branches. Lots of time, in fact. Vampiric Battle Axe almost maxed out. Well, Malt it is. Just gain some levels. As you can see, we can't be paralyzed anymore, although... Oh, just Lightning Bolt. I was going to say, if that's a hasted LCS Ogre, we've got a problem. I don't know, we're gaining hit points at a pretty rapid pace now, so... Soon it'll be less of a worry to get double LCS'd. Hey, Broadaxe. +3, I'm duking it out with the Titanic Slime, but I shouldn't be. I mean, it's fine. Apparently it's fine. Lots of tabbing, wow. Got a ton of experience in here. This guy might be an issue. Apparently not. That elemental damage you can never be too sure of. You hear coins being counted. Boris will go down easily. Nice. Scrolls are blinking. Let's look at it all at the same time. Acrobat plus Invisible, I don't really care about that. Let's buy this potion, whatever it is. Let's buy Scroll of Teleport, Resistance, Curing. Oh, that was Ambrosia. Okay. Enchant Armor. Some potions and whatnot. Lightning Rod. It's good to have a Lightning Rod. Aha, cancellation. I think that's all that I care about. I mean, I do want, you know, as many Lignify as possible. I could go for like the +3 Amulet of Reflection, which is technically an improvement, but it's marginal, and I'd rather save my money in case something else comes along. I could get digging. We'll get fear, that's useful. I have enough digging, I have 75 digging. So let's take one last look and then get out of here. Yep, that's it. I'm going to drop Amulet of Rage, and I'm going to drop Poison Resistance. And I'm going to drop Polymorph. Save some inventory space. Alright, pay no heed to the drain. We actually are at 20 fighting now. We're going to take armor to 25, which seems excessive. Actually, we may even take it to 26. Seems excessive, but remember, we are in crystal plate armor, so you get tremendous benefit out of that. And since we're not, I'm willing to tab this now, actually, because I have blink. Anyway, yeah, you get tremendous benefit out of it, and since we're not using a shield, we need as much in the way of defense as possible, you know? At least for the time being. So let's see where that takes me. I think it'll work out just fine. It's probably about time for me to start training evocations to 27 as well. A little bit early, but I will do it. It's fine. So we can use the, the sack of spiders save. Enchant weapon. We can turn off Scrolls of Enchant Weapon now since we're maxed out. And we'll take Immolation, that's good. We already need to drop a few more things though. Hopefully. We could do that, hopefully, anyway. Actually, wait. Enchant up the Crystal Plate. And we could drop Berserk Rage, I guess. Let's hold off on that just for a second. With 3 slots open, I'm not too concerned now. Down to Vaults 5. Looking at this, I'm not super concerned about fighting all this stuff at the same time, even though the doors are going to close like that. I'll just keep tabbing. Every time I swing, I go to nearly full hit points. You know, Vampiric certainly helps here. As long as there's no Ancient Liches, I'm pretty pleased with this, or nothing that can paralyze me with this MR/2 on the table, which we didn't get, thankfully. has been a very forgiving entrance. No liches at all. Whoa, now it's not forgiving. What is this crap? Why is there a floating eye? Salamander changes into a floating eye. So nice shapeshifters. I don't want to go up, because if I do that, I come down, I get paralyzed instantly. So let's try Wand of Acid, and it works. There's some paralysis, but there's no MR/2 guys around, so seems like we're okay. Oh, really? We really are fighting the entire floor right here just with tab. A little slower than I usually do, but it's for safety's sake. Uh-oh, now we've got MR/2. Let's cancel that off. Let's, use Field of Floods. It didn't quite work. Swing, I'll just take out the guy that can actually paralyze me. Now we've got the greater, well, the ancient lich, greater lich, whatever you want to call it. I want to Phantom Mirror him, but I also want to save that for TRJ. I think we're going to go up for now. I'm going to use agility, go back down. Still don't know what book he has. It could be one of the bad ones. Have my elementals and my beast from the box to kill the ancient lich. At least we'll get an idea of what its spellbook is, hopefully. So you can actually do half decent damage. Look at that. You know, don't discount the power of water elementals, even against super endgame threats. See, it's a bad one. It's got the haste, but it's also not the worst one because it doesn't have LCS. So this is not as big of a deal as I thought it was. It's actually not a big deal at all, really. Just hope my minions take it out soon. So my screen stops flashing, which I, of course, set up to. Remind me not to get murdered by liches, you know. Strength. Alright, I would say that most of the floor is clear. At least half. Based on the fact that I got marked, so it should have drawn basically everything, or almost everything anyway. Look how empty these areas are. Ooh, Ring of Phasing. Ring of Phasing, that's nice. Hopefully we find Scroll of, or excuse me, Scarf of Resistance. That'd be nice. Grab this. Well, drop this ring. Wear this helmet. It's nothing good, so we'll get the ring again. Well, we'll leave the ring, we'll go get it later. Let's drop Disintegrate. And Brilliance, we don't need that. Crystal Plate. Well, Faith we don't really need. there is a cloak. That's what I'm really interested in. Slow. We're not wearing that. I don't care if it's at +7. We're not casting anyway, so forget that. I'll go ahead and check out this chainmail, though, just in case. It's actually pretty good. We lose 11 AC, though, and we only gain 3 EV, so that's not worth it. Not worth it. Alright, well, it looks like we're doing slime without our core. Let's grab phasing and put it on. We don't need our fire in there. Golden eye is what I was going to look up. Okay, we're immune. Corrosion is over. Yeah, not having our core in here is no big deal, really, except against TRJ, as long as your character is powerful enough. People think it's like a must. You know, I have to have it. I just ordered my guys to retreat so they'd be in a position to block the mutations. Then I ordered them to attack. A minor optimization, but if it keeps you from getting teleportitis, then it's certainly the right move, don't you think? Oh, wow, he gave me robust. Okay. Can't complain about that, wow. I was playing a little too fast, and I wouldn't have been mutated there probably if I had been paying a little closer attention, but I guess I'm glad that I got mutated since it was a good one. Manual of dodging. That's going to be useful. You know, for not having our core, this has been a pretty nice. This has been a pretty nice one so far. See how TRJ goes. Of course, we will have our core for that. Drink of resistance. Alright, let's, not much haste. We'll use one. We'll use agility, resistance, might. Take a step. Get him in the net. Phantom mirror. Nice. Perfect, perfect, perfect engage. He doesn't have anywhere to go. He's surrounded by 2 royal jellies. And we just take him out. Easy peasy. Now we can turn off scrolls of brand weapon. Strength plus 3, Dex minus 5. We don't need that as a replacement. Well, there's our core. Should probably use up this manual of dodging primarily, you know, till it's done. RC minus, no thanks. We're going to keep Pro Fire in the inventory, but I'm actually going to continue wearing phasing just because it's better for most enemies. Okay. Okay. Ring mail. Interesting. Don't really care what that is. Like I said, we could try to rebrand Broadaxe and turn it into Vamp. Well, you know what? Sure, we'll give it a shot. But what we'll do is we'll do it on the Broadaxe of Flaming, the +3, since chopping is actually a great end game. You know, we'll swap to that once it's time, if we can enchant it up anyway. Yeah, freezing, so it doesn't matter. However, you know, we do have 4 runes. It's kind of awesome how quickly you can get this stuff done with a deep dwarf, properly built deep dwarf of Makleb. You could just fly through the game pretty safely, reasonably safely. We'll stop here. I will say that I'd like to have, ideally I would like to find a Scarf of Resistance that would really finish this character out, so to speak. But in general, we're doing just fine. So, this Crystal Plate Armor plus a Battle Axe of Vampirism, I mean, those 2 items alone pretty much make the character worth playing, so. Will we do Crypts first? You know, honestly, no. We'll park the character next to Depths. We'll do Crypts after Depths this time, because we're running around with no shield, and we have this Battle Axe of Vampirism. Why don't we do the area where Vampirism shines, you know, with living stuff, first, and then we'll do Crypts afterwards, and see how that works out for us. Use up this manual, probably get evocations of 27, and just kind of see where we're at. Possibly go into a Zig first, even. We'll see. Anyway, that's about it. Until next time, I am signing out.